Alright, here we are with our main event, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. This is one that needs to be done, but it is sort of sad. We talked about earlier about Daniel Bryan being stripped of the WWE Championship. He's going to be there during the kickoff show. He's going to be talking and answering questions about where he is with his return to wrestling and what he's been doing in his time away. And hopefully they'll answer questions about the Brie Bella storyline that they were running. I don't know. When they added Kane the last minute to this match, it sort of, I don't know. On one hand, it was expected, and on the other hand, I just look at this and I'm like, 8 dudes is a lot of guys to have in the ring for this ladder match, especially when you look at this, and there's definitely a few guys that don't even really deserve to be in this match. I guess you can put Kane in there because he's the authority figure for the authority for Evolution. They want to make sure that Roman Reigns does not win the Money in the Bank. They don't want him to walk away with the championship. Of course, the night that Stephanie McMahon got puked on, or the night that Stephanie McMahon puked on Vicky Guerrero, that was their one thing as they left the arena for Vicky, to make sure that Roman Reigns did not get involved in the 30-man Battle Royal. Make sure that he did not get in it because they did not want him to win it, and they did not want him to go on and be in this main event. So, that is what Kane's main job. Go out there, make sure that Roman doesn't win. I'm sure in the back of his mind, they're probably telling him make sure that Randy wins, but I think if Kane gets the opportune moment, I think I can see Kane going for it himself. Sheamus, always sort of treated as one of the main guys in the WWE. Right now as the United States Champion. That sort of puts a little bit on him as sort of like he's a main guy. But that United States Championship to me is a death sentence. Ever since, going back to before Cesaro had it, you get that title on you and it's almost like we don't need to give you wins on TVs or pay-per-views because you're the United States Champion. At the end of the day, you got some gold around your waist, or like Sheamus does, wear it around his shoulder. It's going to make you look better when you come out. People won't think of you as a loser because you're still the champion. Alberto Del Rio, I thought this guy was done after WrestleMania. Every single person in the sheet said that his contract was up. WWE didn't, they couldn't find a way to re-sign him. They did want to make him a big star, but Del Rio is tired of being on the job squad. I don't know if he signed some sort of short-term extension, or maybe the sheets just didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. But I remember that the WrestleMania Battle Royal was supposed to be his send-off. It was supposed to be no more after that. And here he is, still there, not winning, doing what Del Rio does best. Cesaro, a future star in my mind. They probably put him in this match a little bit too early. He's the guy that would have been more fit jumping into that actual briefcase one. Cesaro as a heel doesn't need to go on the chase, but I think it would be fun to see him go on the chase for that first belt. But I think everybody knows sooner or later he's going to be champion. He's going to be in a main event status there. He has the look, he has the feel. When you take a step back and you look at Cesaro, he is a real wrestler. And when you look at Roman Reigns, you see the same thing. He's got the same pedigree as The Rock. A lot of people are thinking that he's going to get pushed all the way there. He definitely is a guy who does need to be on the chase. I don't think that he's ready yet. I don't know when you can ever really tell somebody that he's ready, but you'd hate to see Roman climb up there and grab it, and then just people get sick and tired of seeing Roman win and just feeling that he didn't really deserve the spot, and people turn on him, much like they did with the Die Rocky Die with Rocky Maivia and the Intercontinental Championship. When you talk about guys that you really think that have a shot at winning this, John Cena and Randy Orton. Randy Orton, I think if he does win it, it sort of puts them back to a year ago at SummerSlam when he cashed in, being the main guy for the Authority. Who's going to be the guy to step up and stop him? Who's going to be a guy that, could be a valid, could Randy win this and John Cena be the #1 contender for the Battleground? I know that, they had a ladder match at TLC, and in that one, it was for the merging of the two belts. The World Heavyweight Champion and the WWE Champion became one. They found a way to unify them after years. I remember WrestleMania 27 was supposed to be built all around unifying the titles, and people complained that they'd seen Cena and they'd seen Orton fight just too many times throughout the years. There was no reason in having them in another match, and people just soured on it. And I thought they had a good match. I thought it well delivered. Cena being tied up in the ropes, trying everything he could do to try and stop Orton from going up there and winning the titles. Anybody who didn't buy that show, anyone who hasn't seen that match, jump on the WWE Network tonight and make sure you watch that, because that was a show stealer. One of the guys that is a surefire, it seems like guy going towards it is Bray Wyatt. In my mind, Bray doesn't really fit this match. I think it would be fun if he did win the title in John Cena's hometown. But if you do have Bray win, it sort of says you have to have Bray versus Cena have a match again for match number 4. And I think that there's a lot of time for that, and I don't think you need to see it now. I think people are burned out on this. It didn't go the way that people wanted, and it just wasn't all for it. I think this is going to be a good match. You definitely got guys in there. Unlike the other one, you don't have guys out there that want to take the killer bumps to get noticed. This is the main event. These guys have already done everything. They don't need to, get there. In the other one, they've got Kofi Kingston. They got Dolph Ziggler. We know Sheamus. Sheamus is put guys like he did with Sin Cara through ladders in this spot. So it's built around him doing it. But you have to find the guy who's going to, risk his body. I can see Del Rio maybe, doing something stupid. But then again, why would Del Rio want to do it if everybody's so right about this guy, desperately trying to leave the WWE? But if he is trying to leave, what's he going to go to? We see Sin Cara. He's right now down there in Mexico having a ton of trouble trying to get booked. You don't even know what to call him. On non-televised shows, he's wrestling as Sin Cara. And then on television shows, he can't even wrestle as Sin Cara because they're too scared they're going to get sued. That he can't wrestle under Mystico because they've replaced Mystico. So now he's got some, I don't know if it's Mystical, like the rapper, but it's something close to Mystico. It's sort of like saying, like, hey, I used to be this guy before I left, and really failed real bad up north. When you get to it, like I said, you got to cross out a whole bunch of names. Anybody on the left side, Kane, Sheamus, Del Rio, Bray Wyatt, I definitely see them as guys that can't do it. Guys that are right there on the cusp are Roman Reigns and Cesaro. Do you want to give it to them right here at the Money in the Bank, or do you want to see them win in a one-on-one match? Anytime anybody wins the gold for the first time, you want to see them win it in a real fashion. You don't want to see them, I guess you can say that they overcame the odds of having to beat 8 guys, or I guess if you are one of them, you beat 7 guys in order to win the big one. But to me, winning the big one is just you one-on-one in the ring with the champion and getting it done. Everybody knows the rumors. We'll start talking about spoiler alerts if you wanted to turn it off here. But, everybody knows that WWE somehow spoiled the SummerSlam main event. Even though there is no belt, it does not say WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. The SummerSlam main event as of right now is going to be John Cena against Brock Lesnar. One of the biggest matches that you could do. And why you would do this match, and it's not for the WWE Championship, I have no clue, but there is a good argument that it does not say title on there. There is no picture around John Cena's shoulder, nothing around his waist, because you can't see that far. But, Brock has done just about everything. He did lose to Cena. He did lose to Hunter. But, he's beat the CEO. He's beat CM Punk. He's beaten The Undertaker and taken Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania. Basically when he left WrestleMania, he was gone, never to be seen again, only for Brock Lesnar to be talking about him. What reason would Brock Lesnar have to return? What beef does he have with John Cena? So that is my one reason. The only reason he would come back is to be the champion, to show that he is the man and take everything from WWE. He's taking their paychecks, now he wants to take their titles, and where they go from there is up to them. But I can see John Cena winning this match, and then maybe going on and having a one-on-one match with Randy Orton at Battleground. If that is the true #1 contender at Battleground, I'm not sure, but that was the guy I'd put him again, just to keep Bray Wyatt at his distance. Where Bray goes from there, I'm not sure. He sort of did scare me when he had the promo on the big screen after the Wyatts and Usos had their dual one-on-one matches, saying that they would be champions, and their whole group would rise, and I am picking the Wyatts to win the tag belts at the show, so I don't know what direction, unless you just have him out there as a manager wrestling in matches that just don't really matter. I don't want to see Bray go after the United States or Intercontinental Champion. Keep him as that upper main event slot is where you've had him. But this is going to be a good show. It's going to be a fun one. WWE Network, only $10. Anybody who's watching this should have a WWE Network. You've seen my 2 videos stressing how the WWE Network is so awesome, how there is no way in the world, no matter how many videos people make, that the network should be canceled. The more places this rolls out, the more money that will be made. I'm sure in the long run they knew that, I'm sure they think that the U.S. numbers are down. But once you get Australia, once you get New Zealand, once you get Europe, you just get England, London, I think that's both the same place, but fucking whatever. But once you get those numbers, once those things start rolling in, it's going to be a big deal for the WWE. The network is only getting stronger. They're only going to have more time to add more things onto it, and people are going to see how much of a bargain this is. $10, we get to see a pay-per-view that would have cost us almost $45 last year. I mean, definitely, especially you know, to have it in the archives where you can go back and watch it whenever you want to. You can watch it the day it is live. You can watch it, you know, 5 minutes after it ended. You can watch it a year from there down the road, as long as you're still a subscriber. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be good times. Click 30, everybody. I don't know why I didn't click 30 if that happened so long. We're counting down the days to click 31. I guess we're counting down the days of SummerSlam as well. But Money in the Bank. Let's get this party started. Sunday, June 29th. Don't be afraid to be there. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be a great show. Peace out, everybody.